Hey folks, it's Dave here again, and today I'm recapping a project I just did. I went back to the 1976 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, like I always do. It's either the Buccaneers or the California Golden Seals, isn't it? That's a whole other show all on its own, why I keep going back to these two teams. But anyway, I went back and I wanted to find the worst loss of that 0-14 season. Okay? And the 42 to nothing loss to Pittsburgh was the worst loss of the year for Tampa Bay. They had given up more points in a couple of other games, but this was by far the worst loss by points, 42 points. So I went back and I decided to play the 8 football games that I have and see how they fared. So let's take a look. Let's look behind door number 1 and see how I made out. Okay? So, using Michael Owen's quick play football, Pittsburgh won this game 32 to 13. Now, this is the game where you roll the quarter by quarter by quarter. So, Pittsburgh 32 and Tampa Bay 13. Behind door number 2, game number 2, I use the Michael Owens Advanced Quick Play. This is a possession-by-possession game where each team gets, I believe it's 9 possessions in the game, and you roll on a chart. That's actually pretty fun. It's one of the newer games I played. He just sent me the advanced version of his Quick Play game, and that was pretty fun. Pretty close score here, 41-13 instead of 32-13, but that was the final in the Michael Owens Advanced Quick Play game. Behind door number 3, the Mike Seelock 2-minute drill. Yeah, of course you know I got to play that. That's just a couple of rolls to determine the score of that game. And in this one here, 27-13, Pittsburgh wins. And you see a pattern going on here. The quick play games, Tampa getting 13 points in those first 3 games compared to the 0 in real life. Moving on. Game number 4, game-winning drive. Another one of my really fun games. This is a Downey games, game-winning drive. And this was Pittsburgh taking this one 33 to guess what? 13. So my first 4 games in this replay, Tampa Bay got 13 points, but losing them all. Let's move on. Okay. Game 5. Momentum football. And look at this. No joke. Tampa Bay wins this one. 36-35 over Pittsburgh. Now, admittedly, momentum football is a game I struggle with. I'm constantly looking at the directions. I just am struggling with this game. I took my time with this. I believe I played it correctly. What I remember about playing this game is Pittsburgh was rolling 12-13, which is fumble and interception. And they were consistently rolling 12-13. Tampa, meanwhile, to get the momentum on offense, they needed to roll an 8. Okay? Anything from 2 to 12 aside from an 8 was Pittsburgh having momentum, and you'd read from the Pittsburgh defensive chart. I probably rolled 3 to 4 8s in this game. And I also rolled several 66s and 65s for Tampa Bay, and no matter whose chart you read off of, that's a touchdown. Ironically, how this game played out, Pittsburgh got off to a slow start. Then they roared back. They took the lead. Tampa Bay missed 2 extra points in this game. Okay? The score was 35-33 on Tampa's last possession. And they went down and they kicked a field goal to take the lead. Pittsburgh's last possession, they couldn't convert. Tampa Bay wins this in momentum football, 36-35 on a last-minute field goal. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Game 6. Kind of back to normal here. Played some fast-action football. This was the long game. This one took, an hour and a half or so to play this one here. Pittsburgh easily won this one 19-0, though Tampa Bay did drive the ball down to the Pittsburgh 1-yard line at the end of the half. They scored. But on the touchdown run for the touchdown, they were called for a penalty, and they backed it up to the 11-yard line. Okay? Since it was the last play of the half, they had to go for a field goal, and they missed the 28-yard field goal. They also missed a 29-yard field goal in the game. So they missed 2 chip shot field goals in this to get shut out. But Pittsburgh controlled this one all the way, 19-0. So the 7th game I played, wow. Action PC Football, Dave Koch Sports. I should have streamed this one. This was something else, folks. This was just total dominance by Pittsburgh. In fact, Terry Bradshaw got hurt in the second quarter and did not return. But at that point, the game was 34-0 or 38-0. I don't remember. It was over. Every time Tampa Bay returned the kickoff, they'd get it up to the 25, 29, 30-yard line. Penalty. And they would go back to the 5. It was just uncanny. I think, they had a lot of kickoffs because they gave up a lot of points. Every time they got a kickoff, flag. Just about every time. They actually get into Pittsburgh territory once or twice, and then they got a sack and then a penalty, and they were back out. I did start to get a little crazy with Pittsburgh in the fourth quarter because they were just destroying them. I was trying all these crazy gadget plays. I even went for it on a 4th and 5. So Tampa got the ball at midfield because I was just kind of messing around. I actually drove down and had a 47-yard field goal attempt, a 50-yard field goal attempt that they missed. So they had a chance to break the tie, that's a shutout, and they missed. So Action PC, 58-0. I'm actually thinking about replaying this game and streaming it just to see how bad the beating is. It was, I don't want to say it was fun to watch, but it was fun to watch. And the final game, kind of a last-minute throw-in here, Game 8 of this. I just kind of threw in at the end. I have Football Mogul 17. And, yeah, 17-16 Pittsburgh. I've gone through Football Mogul a handful of times in simulated games in the 76 season, and I find it to be very arcadey. In this playthrough, well, I had done a full season replay a couple of months ago, and this 0-14 team, I think, went 6-8 or 5-9. They were almost 500. It might even been 7-7. There's no way an 0-14 team is going to go 500, even close to 500. But that's what they did in the replay here. In this replay, I simmed the season until the Pittsburgh game and simmed that. This was the final score on simulation. When I went back to look at some of the other scores, Tampa Bay had beaten Oakland. Oakland was 13-1. Tampa Bay is 0-14 expansion team. And Tampa Bay in Football Mogul 17 beat Oakland in Oakland. So, anyway. So, those are the 8 games. These are the results from my replay of the worst beating of the Buccaneers in their expansion season of 1976. And you can see the results there. Some are pretty similar. Some are very different. Some are actually quite crazy. But anyway, I'm Dave. I hope you like this little video recap of my latest project with the 76 Buccaneers. Have a good day. Bye-bye.